downtown Manhattan at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This is the scene just before we came on air. This New York crowd fired up by the
Moan added a player last night.
From the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with the Philadelphia Eagles.
Moan added his little brother last night.
Oh, did he?
Seattle.
Oh, Seattle.
We eventually gonna get this thing filled up. We just gotta find the real ballers.
The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage, stuff them in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that.
Yeah, you fucking made somebody else quit. But you weeding out the bitches, so I can't be mad at you.
Just what you said set the tone early for this game.
Yeah, he played a good game against me, man.
Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation.
Oh my God.
And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on second down.
Chris, I got you another game.
Now a play fake.
No, I'm talking about something.
Pressure too much this time.
I got you another game.
Timmy Jernigan.
We got a game versus Texas.
Get him for sack number 9 now on the year. The 4th-year man from LSU, Brad Wing, to punt it away. Back deep is Darren Sproles. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Take it at the 37. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Eagles take possession. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Here's Bull. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. On second down, here's Wentz.
Yeah, send me that private message on the PlayStation.
That he's brought down. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. That's a matchup maybe they go back to their outer third of the field as this game continues.
Yeah, I think back to my high school coach, John Ford. He used to say when we got big plays early in a game or good plays, he'd always say, foul it away, lad, foul it away, because he'd want to come back to it later in a key situation. They may come back to this one a little more often than that.
Didn't he say laddie or did he say lad?
Yeah, it just depends on what he was feeling at the moment.
Okay, I thought that was the guy you told me about. He used to say laddie a lot.
Laddie, when you heard laddie, he was usually in a pretty good mood. Lad,
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. On play action, it's Wentz. And the reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A good pickup there at 22. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. They'll run it now out of the gun. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Janoris Jenkins. And he's into the clear. 30. Past the 20. 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Giants. And remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now.
I'm going to get you in right now and check this message. Yeah, that don't.
This will be fielded at the 8. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Smith catches left side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Chris, you ready to play?
They go play
Are you done?
Here on first down. And it pops.
Yeah, he'll be ready in a minute.
There, jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
We'll send you the invite.
This team is not going to make it easy for you.
Check your phone. You should be in. I'm going to send you a message.
Just as he's trying to haul it in.
Once again here on 2nd and 10. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Damon Harrison.
You in.
Able to swap him from that defensive tackle spot for a
now, if you hit the, you see the little Steelers symbol at the top up there?
Defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
It's probably welcoming you and shit like that. All right, yeah, go into that.
And the offense now will try to regroup after the sack on 2nd down.
You in the chat now? Now hit the little Steelers dude at the top there.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
All right, now look at next to the right of the Mike Thomas league.
And here you've got a linebacker that's
hit the little Steelers guy, just tap him.
And this one basically comes right to him.
And a great spot to start this drive from.
Now you see that mute button right there? You can slide it over.
So after the INT, it's Manning. Rifling one complete into the hands of Marshall. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be
now look above that. It should say mute.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
You got no mute? That's crazy.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground.
All right. Yeah, it should be a mute button at the top.
Now Manning throwing on 2nd down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
All right, you can just back out of there.
It doesn't take any great analysis. No jokes.
Maybe it'll pop up later.
All right, on this one. But we just know that we're going to see this as the game moves forward.
But now you in the chat, so you got a game, somebody hit you up through there or whatever.
They have to keep throwing this way.
The benefits.
So you got constant contact with the lead. And of course, you're welcome to talk shit, say whatever you want to say.
1-yard line.
Now that was a big time play by the defense. They as well knew where the
That's what we do.
was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
But that's how you set up your game. That's how you set up your game times and stuff like that. You set up, if you send a player a game time or whatever, and he don't respond back to you, guess what? That's a forced win for you.
They can't capitalize for 6, but they do
get 3.
And I know in this situation, most of us want to.
If he don't respond back, y'all can't get a schedule together or something like that, then it'll be sometimes it'll be a fair sim because y'all both got work or something. Y'all can't play the game, so it's got to be a fair sim. But if you schedule a game time and he don't ever respond back to you, like don't tell you no or nothing, then that's a forced win.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
That way you ain't chasing people down. You'll see next to some people's names in there in the members, it'll say co-commissioner. If I'm not available, that's another commissioner. You can hit him up. Just take a picture of you sending him a message like, yo, he ain't never hit me back. Send that to a commissioner and we got you.
Are you trying to suggest that he is a huge
you on with 3 of them now, so.
Huge man.
Big boy.
Well, how about the credit then for the defense to be able to chop that big tree and put him on the ground?
I know back when you played, it took 4 of you to take a guy like that down, right?
Well, that's for sure. And
now I'm gonna send you. Look at you,
Sean
me.
Jeffrey, the intended receiver.
Hey Nate, what you broadcasting on YouTube?
Yeah.
Also do this.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage, look defensive.
It'll pop up on your message in a minute. So you can watch whoever else is playing and here.
So they took a shot there on 3rd down.
Here it come now.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have gets chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions maybe in the back of his mind.
So we do live streams or whatever. So you tap on that, watch these two battle it out. They do a little scouting.
The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. And now the Giants, they get the officials' attention and take another timeout. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this 1st quarter. They're down to 1 remaining.
Yeah, that's how we do up in here, man. There's rivalry up in here, bro.
What's that? I'll send the rules over now.
So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears trying to go.
Ain't no 4th down rule, no bullshit like that. You can go for a 4th down all you want.
They do go.
Nah, nothing like that.
And he can't get away from the pressure the Giants get there. Jason Pierre-Paul in there for the 20th time this year as he continues what could be a record-setting season. They'll run it now out of the gun. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping.
I set the rules over. Week 14, we start a new rule where we go to 24 hours. Usually it's 48
essentially the same play again. Continue
for advance, but right now we're going to 24.
Because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Yeah, you can trade. You just can't trade with the computer. We don't want nobody to police the league with the computer team. You know what I mean? It's all NFL rules. You can trade up to week 8.
He's at the 30, 10, and he'll score.
We ain't gotta fucking confirm the trade. None of that bullshit.
I don't think there's any doubt that that was not a very good throw by Eli. And, you know, part of what happens is He's a little bit of a slinger, all right? He's going to throw it down.
Yeah, you got to train with each other. That way we don't kill the computer teams, you know what I mean?
Noting, you remember 2007 against the Vikings, 3 pick sixes Manning had in that game, tied for the most in a game in NFL history.
Go study his career. They've thrown the ball downfield a lot. That's where you'll accumulate a few more interceptions.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now out come the Giants. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
Everybody
can't afford to just bunker
we both be on the edge of our seats.
Good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and
man, it's been a little
bit. They just have to be better with the football.
It's been a rivalry for years.
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play too.
Chris, you ready to ball? You can play on this one if you want.
He'll give it here to his running back. And he gets this
I'll
one
let
to
him do it
midfield before he's brought down. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him.
All right, I'm going to jump out the party real quick. He don't send you an invite.
I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Manning throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium.
Right?
A first carry now for Paul Perkins. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Giants with the football here as we begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10.
Yeah. Yeah, man. If it ain't me going to the Super Bowl, it's him. If it ain't him, it's me. It's crazy, bro.
Again, they go to Perkins. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
He won 7 of them zones to be exact.
Manning to throw on 2nd down. Throws left side, complete to Brandon Marshall.
Pittsburgh.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Yeah, he be killing it, man.
On first down, Manning. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Here's Manning to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. So incomplete on first. Let's see what 2nd down has in store. Throwing again. Manning. He finds his target. Beckham. And a big tackle there as a defender runs right through him at the 12-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Manning going to try and throw on third down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Brandon Graham in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. On fourth down, off goes Manning, and on comes the Giants kicker, Aldrich Rosas, for the field goal try. He hit his first, now this from 43. And Rosas puts this one through. And that will push the lead up to 12-7. And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
It's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline somewhat happy.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. We remind you that coming up later tonight, this is going to be a good one. The Cowboys and the Raiders going at it in the East Bay.
Oh, that's old school right there.
Old school indeed. Then Monday night, another good late season matchup. The Falcons and the Buccaneers from Tampa to wrap up Week 15. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll begin here with Blunt. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Giants didn't have no running game in 11.
No gain on the play, and it's second down. And when you're running the football, one thing you don't want to see is a big boy coming up there to swallow you whole in those D tackles and nose tackles.
Nah, our running game was horrible, bro. Our running game, we was ranked number 30. I think we was ranked 30.
No gain, correct?
No gain.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Offense trying to avoid stalling out, facing a 3rd and 10. Now Wentz. Screen pass to Sproles. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Big boys down there in the trenches, and a nice play to stop them cold. Nothing there.
Yeah, when you talk about big boys, you talk about those defensive tackles, those nose tackles. They're not just big, they're immense. And what a big-time play there.
And a nice gain of 21 yards. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Wentz to throw on second down. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Ross Cockrell. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And the D-line pinching together, must be expecting the run. The drive starts with a run by Perkins. Takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
On second down, here's Manning. And it's caught. Beckham. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Manning able to find OBJ there for a Giants first down.
I I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. On play action, it's Manning. Over the middle to Smith. And he's brought down. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage, so as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Again, it's Manning. Open man right side is Ingram. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Here's Perkins on first down.
Oh.
And they got it inside the 10 at the 8. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Red zone opportunity. Working from the gun, Manning. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. 2nd down here after the incomplete pass. Here's Wentz to throw. Screen pass to Blunt. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And he's able to get this one up to the 45-yard line. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Wentz now on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. B.J. Goodson coming hard from that linebacker spot. He drops him for a loss of 11. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. On 2nd down, here's Wentz. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. The Eagles on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be third and forever. Wentz. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. He's now thrown 4 interceptions, and I hate to mention this, but he's a guy that has twice thrown 5 in his career in a single game.
Hard to believe, isn't it? And the tough part is, playing in this NFL, you don't normally just back off totally from throwing the football, do you? So the potential exists for that 5th one to occur.
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will make this now a 15-point advantage. It's a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they get the field goal near the end of the first half to expand that lead.
Now, that's got to feel good, but they can't let up. Now on the kickoff, they've got to make sure they don't give up a big return or big yardage to set up the other team for one last chance to score themselves.
The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They start on the ground here with Blunt. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is going to do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Give them a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, this
blitz coming, and down he goes. Jason Pierre-Paul in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow. And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. The Eagles on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 16. Shotgun now for Wentz. And my goodness, another interception. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
Now Manning. A dump off to the flat for Perkins. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and they're going to face a third down. They're still in search of the first down after that last completion. On play action. Now Manning. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he will be hit with a lot of force and spun down. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. First and goal, Perkins. And he'll just get back to the line of scrimmage, if that. And with a flag on the field, and that one looks to be in the area where someone was held. It's a loss of 10 yards on the play. Shotgun now for Manning. His pass caught at the 4. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Odell Beckham with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Giants use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the 2nd extra point he's missed so far. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. 23 yards on the play.
Well, that certainly looked like the Torrey Smith we knew in Baltimore. A guy who can just run past defenses, and what do they say? Take the top right off of them.
Game-changing speed, and the days in Baltimore good, days in San Fran not so great, but now hoping to get back to his former self.
I would say they have an extremely motivated wide receiver in Torrey Smith. That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Wentz now giving to Blunt on the draw. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
A little antsy on the left side of the line.
Yeah, I think they got the guy in the end. I think they got the DN there on that one. And let's face it, he is so amped up, wanting to get a good get off on the snap. Jump too quickly.
The Eagles on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Again, here's Blunt. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. Now a play fake here on 1st down.
So under the category of, while it can't be us because we're not that good, but could you imagine if this was you? LeGarrette Blount, his first 1,000-yard season since, 2010, his rookie year, and 18 touchdowns in the regular season, and no longer with New England.
He is over 30 now. He turned 30 in December. I don't know if that played a factor, but yeah, such a productive year, and then he's gone.
Well, that just tells you this. Now he's going to be playing with a chip on his shoulder trying to prove something.
He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know,
and he's got his man. That's the veteran Selleck with an Eagle touchdown. Brent Selleck, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles get a score closer. It's up and good, and it's now 28-14. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. This one taken just inside the 10. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. And New York set to take the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Manning going to give it to Perkins. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. They go with Perkins again. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. So it's not an NFL record, but it's not far off. That'll go in the books as a 61-yard field goal.
And wasn't it weird to see a guy line up for a field goal on the other side of midfield? The ball got halfway there, and you thought, no way is that going to make it, but it just kept carrying, and he winds up sneaking it right over the bar.
The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
That ball's caught. Aguilar right side. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. They go play action here on 1st down. Steps away to his left. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Being chased out left. Looking deep. It's caught.
God damn it.
He gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Into the red zone. Wentz. Eluding the pressure right. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
Now Wentz. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
Throwing is Wentz. Dancing to his left. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. Carson Wentz with now his second touchdown of this third quarter. And the Eagles make some inroads here on that deficit. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. And they decide fairly early here they need the ball back, so here's an onside kick. Starting the third quarter there with the onside kick. What'd you think?
Well, I think that they're looking at it as we may not have as many possessions in this game as we want. There may be that sense and that feel that they've got to go ahead and make something happen. Steal a possession, try and steal some points, and get themselves right back in a position to try and win the game.
Perkins on the give from Manning. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
Play action. Manning. In a double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Michael Kendricks. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Wentz going to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. A good first down call as the screen play gets them 9.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. Block rumbling with a first down and more. And he's brought down. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on second and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Now Wentz on the bootleg. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Looking pretty good on that play, too.
And I love what he told us this week before the game. He talked about how much time they spend working on pass rush moves, every position, because anyone could go after the quarterback in their defense, and you can see how they've all absorbed their lessons.
The Eagles on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Working from the gun, Wentz. And Jeffrey's got it. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Alshon Jeffrey, his 5th touchdown now on the year. There the Eagles are back within a score.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Sturgis out now to kick this one off. And this will not be returned.